Hello, it's Boulder Chris again, and we're going for another episode of the quest for the finished gun. As you'll probably have seen from that brief load-in screen, it's still continuing from a save file, which I appreciate is rather defeating the point of a roguelike game. If I was starting from scratch, I would try to avoid save scumming wherever possible, but we're very much at the point in this series now, if I have been from the start really, where is one very specific thing that needs to be done. It's obtaining items from the rat fight, and it was becoming the case for me that I felt the focus was on getting to the rat fight rather than actually doing the rat fight. So that's why I've started abusing the save scum position, so that I can focus more in on the bit that actually needs work. I like to think I'm alright at first floor oubliette, second floor, get the money, get the key, build up the resources to take on the rat fight by now. Saying that, just took a hit straight to the face. Go away, nasty flying skull. Whereas I'm not all that good at the rat fight itself, and in particular the punch out phase of it, so I just figured it was a slightly more efficient way to go about doing things. Oh my god, another stupid hit. Where are you then? Spectral bloody cat. That's it. Oh, what a horrid set of enemies. Go away, Tarnisher, go away, go away, go away. Yeah, that wasn't a fun room at all, didn't like that. Yeah, so a little bit of a save scum abuse just so I can concentrate on the bit that needs work, or the most work, should I say. I'm not not exactly giving off pro vibes on the rest of the game so far this run. But anyway, so yeah, here we are. We're on the third floor. We've got basically all the resources we need to get into the rat fight, and hopefully a decent weapon setup for the rat fight. So the positive for anyone watching is, of course, that the videos will get a lot shorter. Apologies to those that were picking up gameplay tips from the fuller episodes. Do you know what? I didn't even notice that chest drop in the last room. Doesn't need a key. And that's an active item, I think. I'll hang on to it. It's not one I've ever really made a great deal of use of before. I think in some respects it can be a bit off-putting to change the timing of the game, because you sort of lose your natural rhythm for it. Really didn't mean to pick that up, never mind. Only needed half a heart health, so I wanted to leave the full heart until such time as needed a full heart, which anyway, it's done. We're on full health, so we'll see what that does for us. And yeah, not a super fan of the Mega Dowser in most circumstances. Actually does have a use here. Don't know if you saw, there was a rat running around, and with a water-based weapon like we've got, I've actually just covered it up again, but it does reveal, it washes the dust off the entrance hatch to the rat fight, so it's just there. Although in the gunslinger's hands it gets a synergy which freezes the water, which just leaves you sliding around the place and is not necessarily terribly useful, because you can't control your movement nearly as well as you otherwise would be able to. There we are. That's half a heart. So what I should have really done was had that and saved the full heart for later, but it is done. So yeah, one other thing that's similar to the time slumming effect I've got is an item called the Super Hot Watch. And I can't honestly remember exactly how that's unlocked. It's by beating something quite late on in the game for sure. So just having that item is supposed to be some sort of measure of prowess, a badge of honour or something along those lines. And it can be quite a helpful item because when you're sat still, the super hot watch is just active constantly, and it doesn't quite freeze time, but it's very close to it. It slows it down some ridiculous amount. Got a chance to make some extra cash here, although there actually isn't anything in the shop worth buying. Well, not nothing worth buying, there's just nothing super useful. When you've got a vampire and surplus health, it gives you the possibility of being able to just buy something that you otherwise would struggle to afford. And there wasn't really anything particularly great in the lineup, but I mean there's useful things like just extra ammo and blanks and things like that. So, did I just take a hit? I must have been in the poison a bit too long, that's unfortunate. Rookie error. So yeah, now it's not really spare health at all. Yeah, super hot watch, it slows time down to almost a standstill until you start moving, when it goes back to normal speed again. And one effect of that is that you can really pick your way through. Oh, what a stupid hit. Having said throws you off your rhythm, I'm exhibiting a complete lack of rhythm for the game here. So when you've got the ability to just stand still, have time pause, it allows you to really sort of pick a route through what looks like an almost impenetrable wall of bullets. And that can be quite handy, but like I say, mostly it just sort of throws you off your normal rhythm for the game because it's not moving at the speed you expect it to. So I know people sometimes find it a bit of a struggle to use that item even though it's supposed to be brilliant, or the game designers obviously intended it for it to be a brilliant item that you really wanted to get. Slightly unfortunate catch with that one. Hasn't set me back terribly far. That shambling round was never in there before. That's a swizz. I don't know why I'm taking it on with the starter pistol really. That's not the smartest of ideas, but then again, if you've got cover, they're not actually the hardest of enemies to deal with. He says, yeah, again, preempting another hit straight to the face. Well, it wasn't the shambling round that got me. Doesn't really matter as far as your health is concerned though, it goes down whatever got you. Yeah, really making quite a pig's ear of this. I should have definitely gone for something a bit more powered up than just the starter pistol there. That was just silly. However, it's done now. Got enough keys, so I'll see what's in the chest. Is that the roll bomb? Yeah, not super useful. You never know, occasionally it might actually do a favour for you, but I don't think so. Right, let's change to something slightly more effective than the starter pistol. And since I don't like those bubbly bullets, I'm just going to hide out here till it's gone. I mean, they're in theory easy enough to avoid, but they're also easy enough to get hit by as well, so why take the chance? Okay, so outside of save scumming Gungeon, what have I been up to? I've had a quick watch of a video by a band called Liliac, who aren't terribly well known in the mainstream. I sort of stumbled across them on YouTube during lockdown, and it's a family band from California. They started off doing lots of cover version stuff on Santa Monica Pier, and I thought they were very good. Their singer in particular, Melody, has got a really powerful voice, and they all worship Ronnie James Dio, the late great Ronnie James Dio. And they've covered three of the Dio songs. We've got Holy Diver, Last in Line, and Rainbow in the Dark. If nothing else, check out that little triumvirate of cover versions that they've done, and see what you think. If you're into hard rock, heavy metal whatsoever, I think you'll enjoy them. But that's my little plug for Liliac done. I think it's time to get into the boss fight, and while ordinarily you do need to conserve blanks to actually access the rat fight, we've got enough money to be able to get away without doing so this time round. What's going to be the best boss killer? Try the Cobalt Hammer. So tempting to fire blanks. Empty? What? That can't be empty. How's that? That was never 60 shots. Maybe I didn't have an ammo of 60 when I went in. I'll have to check back on that one. Certainly caught me by surprise it's being empty though, as was obviously the case from the commentary. Oh, stop hiding. That was a bit silly really, never mind. Got away with it, just making life hard for myself though. There we are, got him. And I think flawless as well. It was, yeah. That's always a bit of a help, getting some extra health. Although, it would be nice if it was filled up heart containers rather than empty ones, but can't have absolutely everything, and it is possible to get a top up towards just before the rat fight, depending on how much you lose along the way. So, got the Nord key, got the blanks. Really can't see the point of buying new blanks at this point, because we're going to use 2 getting into the rat fight, and you start each floor with 2 regardless. So, buying 2, using them, and keeping 2 is a false economy. But there is a possibility of looking for secret rooms, I suppose, so I'll have a crack at doing that. Doesn't look like it's there. There we go. So, yep, there's some heart health, that's helpful. There's a blank back, saves having to buy one. 1 stone for what it's worth, I can't see that lasting long. What to fill up? Let's try filling the light gun, since that's pretty effective. I should put a bit of ammo into everything as well. And I think we've got a spare key, so see what we've got in here. Smiley's revolver. It's a revolver. Smiley's one of the Trigger twins, the first floor boss. What's unique about that revolver? I don't really know. I assume it's relatively high powered, but I've got no idea. We'll maybe use it leading into the rat fight a little. See what it does. So down we go to the rat's little subway area. Didn't use that bullet time effect in the whole of the boss fight. or the other active item that we've got. I am super forgetful when it comes to using the things that we have. Sometimes just get a little bit too caught up in actually staying alive. Okay, so the next section, just in case you haven't seen any of the previous episodes or aren't familiar with this part of the game, is a little maze section. Oh, not immediately, you drop into a pit, and then it's a little maze section. And the route through the maze is different for everybody. Just very quickly go into the Ammonomicon and show you. It's unfortunately right at the bottom, and I don't know of a quick way to scroll down. You get infuriating notes from the rat, which are all signed off with little wedges of cheese, and they will point the direction you've got. So for me it's right, right, left, down, left, left. Even though technically you could shortcut that, don't shortcut it, do exactly the route that it is telling you to do. It wasn't the machine pistol that I wanted as my secondary weapon. Guanstone's going mad in the background. So light gun and Smiley's revolver, wherever it's got to. That's the one. Yeah. See how we get on with those pair. Oh dear. Okay, at least got back the health that we lost. Those swarm rooms can be such a pain if you haven't got a fast firing weapon. Being on fire can also be a bit of a pain. So it looks like I've got one of the chance kin. And let's pick something that I think had low ammo. Cobalt hammer was low, wasn't it? We've done right, right. It's so easy to get confused here. Left. I'm just going to pause there and switch back to a different weapon. Okay, Smiley's revolver, and where's the light gun gone? Is that it? Quite a few of these look pretty similar. So right, right, left. Oh good, the lead maidens. And straight away losing any health advantage that I managed to get. Such a nasty enemy, particularly two of them. Right, could have gone better, but it is gone, and we'll be able to top up the health a bit. Oh. Nobody likes to see jammed enemies, and there'll be another one coming along as well. Although that one's not dead yet, so this isn't doing super duper whooper damage, unfortunately. So I'm never really sure whether it's most tactically sound to try and focus on the jammed enemy, since its bullets do the most damage, or the other two enemies in that particular section, just to ensure that it's only the jammed enemy you've got on screen and deal with it hopefully a little bit more effectively rather than having the screen completely filled. So this will be the last combat room, which is, I say combat room in inverted commas, it's an empty room, which is definitely the best type of room to get on the way to the rat fight. Okay, so what weapons are we going to use? The light gun had been a star in rat fights, so I'm going to load that up a bit, and yeah, somehow the ammo capacities of things has doubled. I don't really understand why, but I'm not complaining whatsoever. Might fill up the Phoenix. I've beat the rat fight with the Phoenix once before, although it did the job, but it's just not fast enough. So we'll try, probably abusing the light gun, and then if we need to, moving on to the cobalt hammer. But it's probably just going to be sticking with the one. But let's see how we get on. That's usually one of the easier ones to avoid, but obviously I completely ballsed it up that time. I was ready for that particular attack as well, but just went too far over to the side, so there we are. Could have gone better, could have gone worse. I think we've got enough health, ammo and blanks to carry us through, and I might even remember to use that time slowdown thing. That would be helpful. Okay, that's normally one of the ones I find quite hard to avoid, but I've done alright there. When you've got 4 of those lasers out, they don't actually deal any damage to the character. There we are, like I say, normally find that quite hard to avoid. It's when there's a single laser that does do damage. Oh, the roll bombs were helping out there, forgot I had those. Okay, hiding down the bottom from those ones is quite effective. Right, let's put it on slow time. Don't know how long that effect lasts. Long enough to get the job done. Bloody marvellous. Right, punch out time. Can I possibly make it past the first, well, the second phase? Oh, there we go. Oh, I've got a super hit. Go on, have that, you bastard. Well, another super hit. Doesn't do very much damage going into the second phase. Probably because I earned it in the first phase. Damn it. Oh my god! Don't eat the cheese! Oh my god, get him! Go on, go on, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Oh my god! That has never happened before. Yeah, mistimed that completely. Right, okay, well that should give us 2 rat keys to pick up and vastly increase the chances of actually finding the sack rather than one of the other 3 items that we've already got. So yeah, apparently the tactic of focusing on save scumming my way to this rat fight is actually paying a bit of a dividend. Not before time. Some of you might be thinking to yourselves, did he really not drop a second key? Oh, I got all excited as well. Still only 1 key. I beat 2 phases of him, god damn it. I think that is the height of rudeness. Dropped a whole load of things for us, but sadly only 1 key. Right. Oh, I can't tell you how annoyed I am with that. That's an outrage. Right, okay. Let's pick up all the goodies. And I don't suppose any of these are mimics, but I won't be disappointed if they are. because you don't need a key to open a mimic chest. Of course, none of them actually are. So it's an eeny, meeny, miny, mo job again. Really thought I'd get a second rat key. Try bottom left again. Oh my god, it's the right one! Fuck me! Apologies for the language, although not really that apologetic. It's the final item. This should be the quest for the finished gun completed, essentially. So that's unlocked the resourceful sack. It should also unlock the finished gun. I'm not 100% sure how that now works. Let's have a quick scroll through there. Maybe it won't be until the game actually ends. So the unfinished gun is still in the inventory. And that is apparently replaced by the finished gun. I'm absolutely certain I've got all the guns in the Ammonomicon. It's the item page that should now be devoid. Well, not entirely devoid of question marks. I will quickly explain why there might still be a question mark outstanding, but most of the rat stuff are items that appear on this page. So there's the partially eaten cheese, which I've had a few times. It's very good. I like it. Then it might be the boots that come next. Not 100% sure. Yeah, it's a whole section of boots, including the rat's boots, and then should just have, yeah, there's the resourceful sack as the outstanding item. Should mean that there is still one question mark here, which I believe is the number 2 bandana that relates to co-op play, but it's not needed to actually unlock the finished gun. So since that's the only thing that is now outstanding, that should have finished this quest off. And I'm not completely sure how to use the rat sack, but I believe it now gives us 3 active item slots rather than the standard one. Had 2 anyway going into this bit. And as far as I know, I think if you dodge roll over bullets, it collects them up in the sack and automatically fires them out at the enemy afterwards. I'm really not 100% sure on that. But yes, I'm very pleased with that outcome. I'm very displeased with not getting the second rat key, but I'm pleased to have finally beaten the odds and overcome probability and fished out the missing item from the rat chests. So now I don't have to slog it out on the rat fight anymore. Okay, let's just try and get the timing right for this. There we are. Not terribly tricky really, but is that nasty spider gone? Yes it is. Jolly good. Oh, and some ammo as well. Marvellous. So yeah, let's see where this takes us, and whether it actually unlocks the finished gun as an item that we can get in this run, or whether it will be in a subsequent game. I don't really know. That was looking ineffective. Right, oh I see. Yeah, don't know if you saw from the heads up display there, I did dodge roll across some bullets and 4 went into the resourceful rat sack. And they're then released by triggering the active item, so it's not an automatic thing, you have to choose to do it. Yeah, it's probably best employed against something that does fire loads of bullets, like that for example. Managed to get 4 collected there. So, let's have 4 bullets. Yep, that seems to do the job. Oh, we've got a challenge over here. Yeah, you might be right about that, but we'll give it a go. Basically, the only thing you actually need to do in challenge mode is not die, and well, there's a lot of modifiers going on there, including an annoying one whereby you can only hit a certain enemy at a certain point. I think it only applies to the first wave of any given room. Shockwave is a little bit of a pain as well. Oops. Oh well. Took one hit. Maybe it was 2 hits, I don't know. Anyway, we got through it, so we've beaten the challenge. How did you get out there? Go on, congratulate me. Thank you. You only really need to talk to the Man Cervantes to get the reward for it. Now the Vorpal gun is quite a handy one. Oh, we've got a key as well. So the Vorpal gun every so often will let off a really powerful shot, do a critical hit like that. It's at random, so you can't predict when it's going to be, but oh. Don't really know what killed off all the things I was running away from. But, maybe I left roll bombs behind me as I went, I suppose. Realised I had some bullets saved up there, so seems as good a time as any to use them. Oh, it's the boss. That was quick. Now let's follow the rest of the floor. Got keys to open the chests, so why not? It might have been the Phoenix that helped me out there as well. It fires the occasional shot. Not even actually using the Phoenix, you just get the Phoenix flying around after you synergy all the time, whether it's your active weapon or not. And here's the shop. Bug boots. I don't think they're great. I think they either leave poison or leave you immune to poison. A Hyper Light Blaster is an interesting weapon, if I'm remembering it right. It's pretty powerful, but you have to land the shots for it to retain the ammo. Let's showcase it a little bit. Oh, its ammo capacity has been increased as well. Again, I don't really know why, but must be some synergy going on that's created it. So, because I think normally it only has 12 rounds. So, yeah. 2 of those shots apparently missed. So can you refill it? Apparently you can refill it. But yeah, definitely best employed against a big enemy or a number of enemies so that you can maximise your chances of hitting them. No, that last shot was stupid. Let's use a different weapon. Although apparently you can roll into these things. I thought they were strong enough to do contact damage, but apparently rolling into them is enough to dispatch them, which is something I've only found out in the course of recording this series. Oops, took a hit there. I'm wondering, can you get a critical hit on death? So I thought he was indestructible, just disappeared when all the other enemies were gone out of the room. But with the partially eaten cheese, you can eat him up, which definitely makes him easier to deal with. Partially eaten cheese is a very good way to deal with most rooms, in fact. Where is the skeleton spawning dude? Does killing him deal with the skeleton? Not quite, but it does put the skeleton into skull mode. Didn't quite manage to take him out before he regenerated. Unfortunate. don't regenerate again. It's considered a faux pas. Right, okay. Got enough keys, let's open it. Got the Winchester, no, the M1. No, the M1 does a decent amount of damage. Is this the one where you can spin up a power-up? Apparently not. Where's my Vorpal gun? Carry on using that for a little while. Get this chest open as well. Oh, that's armour, I think. Armour every floor. And yeah, what's in that one missing room? Just a whole bunch of bad dudes. Okay, great. I'm wondering, is the rat sack cumulative? Looks like it might have been. Yes, it is. So since the boss fight's coming up, oh, that was a dumb hit, but never mind. So it looks like we've got naught in there. Must be 10. Maybe that's the maximum you can store up in that. I've no idea. Go away, dynamite. That was more cornered than I expected to be. Anytime this gun wants to deal a critical like it's supposed to, that would be helpful. Oh no, you can get... Oh, that's 21 bullets we've got in there. That's good. I mean, we've taken a few hits getting them, but it's a nice little stash, so we'll unleash them on the boss when we get there. That's it. Get in a more favourable position to be shot, please. Again, you can roll your way over those ones to greater or lesser degrees of effectiveness. Lesser in my case, I think. And yeah, let's use the last key. Crown of Guns, which from memory was not a bad little weapon actually. Again, with the gunslinger's synergies thrown into the mix. So is there anything worth buying in the shop, or should we just save the money for the next floor? Yeah, there wasn't really a whole heap of excitement to be had in there. So see how we get on with the M1 and the Crown of Guns. And our bag full of bullets. Okay, well, we're taking a hit straight off. Well, he's actually targeting them in any way. I know the standard form of this weapon is very much of the scatter shot variety, but I thought it was a little bit more focused with the gunslinger's synergies. Yeah, that's maybe not the best choice that I could have made, but does seem to be getting them. Are we down to just the one now? Oh my god, I did not expect that. I was keeping more of an eye on their health than my own, so that's unfortunate. But back to the breach it is. So yeah, resourceful rat sack, interesting item, but probably the least powerful of the rat items that are there. So going back to the breach and see, does that now count as an unlock for the finished gun? Yes, there we are, finished gun unlocked. And there we are, when you open the Ammonomicon, it appears there as well. So let's just look at it in the Ammonomicon. I think it is right at the bottom. Oh, maybe not. That's the Devolver. Where is the finished gun? Maybe it's where the unfinished gun used to be. That would make a certain level of sense. No, unfinished gun is still there. I don't know. Actually, yes, it's been unlocked. We don't have it. So I suspect that means we need to unlock it by encountering it in the normal run of things. So to that end, well, actually, I'll call a halt to that video there, and then the next video I will go into rainbow mode, and hopefully that will provoke it being one of the items that comes out of the first rainbow chest that we encounter, and then that will be it, fully added into the Ammonomicon itself rather than just unlocked. So yes, it looks like we're managing to bring this particular series to a close. So thank you for your attention so far, and there may well be more Gungeon content to come, or a different game entirely. So thank you for joining me on this journey, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.